It's so crazy to think that a guy who started mowing lawns and delivering newspapers at 12 years old, barely earned an associate's degree, became a millionaire, and will retire at 55. Man, it makes me tear up because the American dream is still alive. Dude, oh my goodness. That that makes me tear up because America is such a great country. The people are great. No different than the Russian people, no different than the Ukrainian people. It's always the governments, always, who want men to go fight for them to die. My man here, we'll call him Mike. We'll just say his name's Mike. You know a guy like Mike, and you are probably like him. You're probably like him. You don't need some fancy schmancy PhD in physics, some particle physicist to tell you how your world works. Because you know it. You know it better than them fools in academia. Screw those guys. Dude, I freaking love this. I love what I do. I just got off the horn with my man Devin Carroll. I think we're going to try to do a collaboration. Devin kicks ass. I love Devin. He's a good guy. Anyway, if you want a collaboration with me and Devin, let me just put yes in the show notes so I can say, hey, Devin, a lot of people want to collaborate because Devin, I mean, he'll do it. It's just we got to get it worked out. But anyway, my hair's a mess. I haven't showered yet. I love when people are happy and content. It's just funny, too. He says he sold his stock because of poor customer service to pay off his house. He's like, he's confident as all can be. His better half might want to stay in the game of work for another year or two. You wait, Mike. You wait. We'll see how well we'll call her. I don't know, Samantha. You wait to see how Samantha feels when you're eating bonbons and watching not Jeopardy, Price is Right, and with a hot chick from World Turns, As World Turns, Nikki and Victor. I talked about them not too long ago. And you'd be like, yeah. She'd be like, I want to watch the As World Turns with Nikki and Victor. You say, hey, well, come on, join me. But I say her name was Samantha. I forgot what I called her, Samantha. It's not Samantha, Mike. I'm just using that just came to my mind. And you'll be sitting around eating bonbons, watching As the World Turns, and and Samantha's gonna go friggin' dig ditches for some clown. You know, as a not even a hygienist, as a dental assistant. I don't know what Samantha does. I'm just saying, dental assistant's a tough gig, dude. Tough gig. You don't get paid enough for that crap. I get so excited. There's still so much good because the people of this country are good. I get stuff in my teeth. Don't let the academic tyrants tell you otherwise. Don't let the media naysayers tell you otherwise. You know how your world works better than all these clowns. You know what you need. Now, look, man, if you're knee-deep in debt, well, you're not going to be able to retire. There's no other way around that. My man Mike, though, like the vast majority of us, he's a couple years older than me, not much, but we start off working. You know what I'm saying? Now, let me put it to a side note. Many of you guys, the millennials, they didn't work like me. Yeah, because they didn't have to. They didn't have to. You see what I'm saying? Now, did you spoil them? Maybe. Do I spoil my kids? Maybe. So far, though, two of my kids are crushing. You know, the two who are out of the house and in college or getting a full-time gig, they're crushing. Do they get spoiled? Probably. I never require them to work. I said you should get a job. It certainly helped when they both did. But I never said, get a job like my dad. Get a job. 5 years old, get a job. Nothing like that. And they never had a want for money to buy their stuff that I wanted. Like when I was a kid, I had to work because I wanted money to be able to buy baseball cards, whatever. You know, my parents, hell, my mom, I didn't have any of that. Still had 3 hots and a cot. Certainly wasn't poor relative to people in Honduras or Peru, you know what I'm saying, or India, for heaven's sake. Anyway, point being is I'm listening to my man Mike. I'm like, dude, we all start like that. Our generation is probably the last of the generation to do like that in terms of the bulk of us did. You know, delivering newspapers, mowing lawns, just freaking picking up dog poop. that doesn't mean these new kids that are coming down the street aren't going to be able to crush as well. Why traumatize your kids if they don't need to? I was listening to Owen Benjamin the other day, and some guy's like, we got to teach our kids street smarts. And I was like, why would you do that to your children? Why would you teach them trauma? You don't need to be taught street smarts. They need to be taught common sense. Don't go into South Fulton County in the middle of the night drunk as a skunk. You know what I'm saying? Don't do that. But don't teach them street smarts. No, you don't want to expose your children to the clown world that it is. You want to protect them from that. Now, you want to tell them what to avoid, but let's not be silly here. But, let's be like saying to the Amish, oh, you got to expose your kids to friggin' fentanyl trade. Why? Because so they know not to do fentanyl? Okay, I'm going to tell them don't do fentanyl. There's a black guy had a video the other day, which I share with my kids. I don't know if it's true, but his thing was, my dog ate all my dope. And his dog was like walking around like, oh, it was actually funny. I don't know if it's true, but it was funny. I showed my kids, I said, don't smoke dope. I shared my stories of my own escapades. I shared stories of my mom's escapades of doing illicit things. And I said, there's no benefit that comes from this. You don't need to learn your own lesson. Let me be the lesson for you. And alcohol addiction and things. I said, so you don't need to be street smart in that regard. You just need to be told, hey, there's some bad things out there, bad characters. Avoid them, and you'll be fine. Anyway, I love it, man. There's so much to be the fruit of our labor, obviously given to by the Lord above. It's not ours. We're just the servants. We're the stewards of God's wealth, as Randy Alcorn in The Treasure Principle. Best book you'll ever read. Very short book, The Treasure Principle by Randy Alcorn. God doesn't need our money because, he's God. He just wants to see how we manage it. Seems like could be the Bible, the parable of the talents. Is that from the Bible or is that from the Washington Post or a physicist textbook? Anyway, crush it, Mike. God bless. You can do the same. Just get that debt paid off. I'm doing myself. I'm working. I paid $50,000 down on my principal last year. Try and do it again this year. Try and do it again next year. If I can pay another $50,000 every year, this sucker will be paid off in 5 years. If I can put $50,000 of principal down every single year, this sucker will be paid off in 5 years. That's my goal. After that, it's just all gravy, man. No debt. I'm telling you, you can travel light. All right, see you.